Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host Brian
Sorry, everybody.
and friend of the show, host of the Strat Chat podcast. We have Kyle Petty.
Hello, hello.
We are back, as you can see here in the title, the Traitors Season 2 UK version. This is the Thursday, January 11th episode. If you were like us, two-thirds of us and had some iPlayer issues, you were not alone. They did fix it pretty quickly, but shout out to Brian for seeing one of the comments. We went and rewound the live and were able to get it. So I think if we had waited a little longer, we wouldn't have been able to do that, Brian. Like it would have been into the episode, but like when you
Yeah.
suggested that, it was still like there's a certain amount back that it goes, like an hour or so. So it worked out for us.
Good.
Full spoilers for this episode. You can also find us on TikTok. All at the reality, guys. All right, guys. Episode 4 ended with the what we were calling probably the worst cliffhanger of all time. They even tweeted about it. The official UK, about an hour to go. See, like if there was a reason for the cliffhanger, and there wasn't.
It
There was no
wasn't.
reason for the cliffhanger. She said, "I'm a traitor." They all celebrated. They all Charlie Brown danced, and like that was it. No, I mean, I would say that they got a little cheeky with us. I think they were just that. We all were cutting it here. So, what do you guys think? Are you mad? I thought I was gonna be mad. I actually, whatever. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I wonder if just because they weren't going to eliminate somebody or off of the trade, like the whatever the dungeon thing, we wouldn't know till
Right.
today. So that's probably why. But it just was strange, super strange.
Yeah, it was a weird thing to do, but also I don't know what you could have done to make it better because we already knew that Meg had to go because of who
Yeah,
was left. So
that's
like
true.
you can't like cliffhang on that either. So it's like I don't know, it's kind of a dull opening also if you just kind of go into Meg's, you know, eventual
But
murder. So like
Can I say something real quick that just I just it bugs me too. I just as I'm watching these the walking in to the brunch.
oh, I hate that.
It
It might be
bothers
my
me, man.
least
It
favorite
bothers
part of the
me.
show.
It annoys me that I can't skip it like the last season. Like I would just fast forward to like the end of who didn't make it because it's just like everyone comes in the door and it's like, hey, what's up, bro? So
I
dumb.
feel like if they were, you know what, the British, I think I'm curious to see what it's like for USA season 2 because they're more like the celebs and the reality people. They have more fun with it. Maybe it's just like the British people, and let us know our UK viewers. Like, is it just a subdued thing? Because like, if I'm in there, I'd be like, oh, for everybody coming. Even if I was a traitor, I would just make it like I was excited. Sometimes they are, they're like, oh, oh my god, like, so I don't know. I think I would have more fun with it. It is a drag, Bry.
Well, I guess this one because of Paul coming back, like there were some
God.
theories, but I'm just saying in general of not just this one specifically, but other ones where they're like, it's the loudest knock of all time, like that's fake, and they're all like, so Kyle, it looked like you actually like it, so I'm interested to know your
I
opinion, the other side.
Well, I like it better when there's one person coming in and they're kind of looking like that, and there's a little bit more excitement and everything because, like, they don't really know
Yeah.
if they're coming in alone. They don't know if they're about to be murdered or not. So, like,
Yeah, the
part
last
of
one
you,
is fine.
yeah,
It's
It
the
takes a while.
four other ones that are
yes.
like
When you're coming
excessive.
in as a group, like, I don't really like know what that's supposed to be. Like, I feel like when you watch the first one, like Survivor, Traders to Australia, they all came in one by one, and at least now you knowing that that person coming in clearly didn't know if they were walking into breakfast or if they're walking into the room and find out they were murdered. So like that made a little bit more sense to me. So they're like a little bit more excited. But when you're coming in with multiple people, like obviously it's
You're
not
not
that.
eliminated.
Right. So like
And is there like an usher there? Like, okay, yo, you can go in now. Like, how does it work behind that door where it's like
yeah, I'd
someone's
love to
got like
know.
they take the like you're getting into a club where they unhook the fence and you're like, all right, two in, let's go, and like stuff like that. I just what's
Right,
going on
right.
behind that door?
I want to see the other side.
So you mentioned Bry, our buddy Paul. Um, he's
Okay.
got a lot of he's got people starting to suss him out for sure. I
Good.
mean, Jazz has been on him for a few episodes.
Mhm.
Uh, Evie even was mentioning that she was very suspicious of him. I objectively, from an outside viewer, it does not seem like that dude is playing a great game. Like it really is like, and he is getting a little bit like insufferable in some of the ways. I think it is a matter of time. And I'm surprised that they frankly didn't go harder for him in the banishment. I don't understand these people saying that he's like pulling the double switch and double. It's like there's no way he could be putting, like, you guys are overthinking this way too much. Like, you literally just said, hey, like, after everything that happened, if he came back, it would be really weird for him to survive this week, right? And he comes walking into the brunch and they all say, okay, no, I
Yeah,
guess
oh
not.
well.
Oh well.
Anthony,
Yeah,
man, Anthony's on. He's on it, man, and he just wanted to follow the group. And I thought he made a really good point where he's
yeah,
like,
Anthony. Yeah,
you can't you can't show your hand too soon because they'll just turn on you.
you have to. Literally wrote here the double bluff. Anthony said like he would talks to Zach about it. He'd love to take a shot. It's like, but when you take the full shot,
You got to
you
hit.
have to you have to know you're gonna hit exactly. And right now, there's still too many people split up. And even when we get to the vote, obviously, I just found these people getting themselves convinced really easily of things I don't think are like incriminating. Like, I want to talk about Johnny. Like, I didn't buy any of the reasoning, frankly, for people saying that why they were suspicious of him. Am I off base? Like, what did you guys think? Do you think it was a logical vote? That today's one confused me a lot.
Yeah, that feel like it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like since when? Like no one was saying his name until all of a sudden they just sent him right out. And it's like, how are you more convinced about him or more suspicious of him than you were of Paul, who everyone was talking about? Not maybe not
Right.
everyone, but certainly more than Johnny. That just seemed like it came way out of left field.
Yeah, and I wonder if because it's like a moment we just didn't see. Like they're obviously having conversations the entire day, and they have to spend
Right.
all this time showing them build a stupid catapult. Of like maybe that 15 minutes we could have seen conversations where maybe some people are being suspect of Johnny.
Complete
Yeah.
waste on the challenge this week. And I only say that because there was nothing done during it that was traitorous. There was no sabotaging going on. They straightforward did a challenge, had fun with it. Obviously didn't build that stupid catapult themselves. It was like obviously the production, and they just shot some shots of them. Once they got there on time, I'm sure that's like, hey, you're on time. I agree, Brian, because we watch this, and funny you said, I just went back through. I have all my notes of all the episodes here. I don't even have Johnny's name written down. I don't even have it written down. I just have who he voted for. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Like,
The
there's
only thing I felt like I knew about him was that he was voted second most popular, like behind
military stuff
Paul.
we knew. We knew that because of him and Harry kind of becoming friends, right?
Right.
And Harry even tried to make a play for him a little bit, which I thought was probably I guess you could always come off as like a loyal guy, but I think this is the first time he kind of was stepping out of bounds a little bit and kind of pulling himself out of the shadows. Like, there's no need. If they're going to get rid of somebody and you don't need to suggest anything and just go along with it, just go along with it. He was his friend and he started to speak up for him. I thought it might have been his first misstep. Now, nothing came of it, but it was surprising for me if he saw in the first 4 episodes for him to kind of take the personal feelings, and especially when he's a traitor.
It's that war bond.
I guess.
What
I
do
don't
you
know
save
anything
him for?
about that bond, but I really thought that reaction was a bit much.
Him crying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And the carrying on. I would have been
Carrying
impressed
on.
with it if it was, yeah, I mean, we had to remove ourselves, we went outside, took a smoke break, and I was like, what is all of this? Like, this is like way too much. And
Listen, if you know what, I guess Harry's a hell of a soldier, man, because if that's how he gets, if someone gets eliminated, like, what happened when people were dying in the war? Like, was this dude just catatonic? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Am I gonna get canceled for that one? No,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll find out.
I thought
They're
the
gonna be
gag
like,
was
you
going
don't
to be though
respect
that
veterans. I'm like, no, it's not what I mean. Like, but like,
no,
he was very upset that his guy, you're a traitor, you're gonna have to eliminate him anyway. Like, what are you like
right.
keeping him around for? Like, there
Like
aren't
unless he's
really
just going to
alliances
toss
in
him the
this
money,
show.
right? I kind of thought the gag was going to end up being that like he was playing us. Like I kept expecting him to turn around to the camera and just like be smiling, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I just did this because this was going to play into me being a faithful. I got rid of my friend," and it's like, no, it wasn't even that. Like homeboy was really distraught, and it's like,
Yeah,
this
Kyle,
is
when he went outside and he turned his back and he was crying, like it definitely like you could see there were some props there that they used. Like he went into like an area he shouldn't have been. And I thought he was gonna like be crying and turn around and be like,
got him.
Got
Yeah,
him.
and I was like, oh no, you're really doubling down on this one, huh? You're
Yeah.
really upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
I did like one of my things before we get to the end, and we'll talk about the three who are up, and we'll figure out who we think ended up beating taken out early for tomorrow was Jazz going around like telling people, like he told them, listen, if I'm dead tomorrow, Paul did it. He went to like multiple people. Yo, I'm just telling you, if
Yes.
I'm dead tomorrow, including Harry, he's like, I'm dead tomorrow. Paul did it. He's like, oh, okay. It's like, so
Yeah.
I like Jazz a lot. I think Jazz is really funny.
Who else did he tell that wasn't Harry?
He told had it before.
Because that's smart, I think. If you're telling other people like that, I think that's why you can't get rid of some of those people that make crazy accusations against the traitor. Because if you get clipped, then it's like the eye of Sauron. It just shifts right to you, like it's over there. Like, oh, it's not
Absolutely.
over there. Yeah, I
I
think
think
Paul's in
it was
trouble.
when he was talking with, he was definitely talking like with the group. There was a group of them sitting around. This is pre the banishment vote, because then later on he says it again. Like he says it like
Mhm.
after that's when he talks to Harry's after the banishment, and he says the same things. That's why I was
Mhm.
laughing for me to note it. Um, all right. So we go to the conclave, they do their chat, they're kind of throwing a lot of options out there, a lot of names throw out there, and they let us know it's going to be between Diane, Charlotte, or Tracy. What are your guys' gut feeling what they're gonna do, and should they do that?
I think it should be
Um,
Tracy.
you think Tracy?
Yeah. She's a clairvoyant, right? That
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
she's got to
blonde lady.
go. Anyone who thinks they can like predict anything, they have to go. Because unfortunately, whether or not you actually believe in that, it still kind of gives you a little. Your opinion is just worth a little bit more. So anything that Tracy says, like they might consider it twice, and it's like just for that, she's got to go.
That's what
They believed that
Kyle's
magician last season, so yeah,
Kyle's dipping into our Bachelor rules, Brian. No magicians or black magic on the Bachelor.
I don't do
So
that. No
something
sorcery. No
something in my
sorcery.
gut is telling me that Charlotte's gonna go. I don't want to see her go.
I would
No.
be devastated.
Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed.
Be devastated.
For the wrong reasons, I'd be pissed. But
We'll let them crush us.
yeah, I think that it's the clairvoyant. Yeah, I think you need to get in any. You can't the psychic stuff. Anybody that's like, I would be like, you got to go. I can't even like let you be walking around just saying some weird stuff like that.
Yeah, because you could say anything crazy and people like will actually consider it. And that's no good.
And I thought they made good points about like why they should keep Charlotte because she's like so worried and like
Yeah.
looks guilty. So like
She'll come
that's
off
another thing.
guilty.
You got to keep these people that are kind of unhinged.
Yes.
I think if they were smart, they would get rid of Diane. I don't think they're going to. I do think they're going to do Tracy because they kind of highlighted it's probably the path of least resistance, draws the least suspicion to anyone in particular, which I don't think is smart because then they're just going to jump right back into the Paul stuff right away. Then if you do the Diane pick, then like they said, the thing might be Anthony, you might start drawing the conversations into somebody else. If you take a safe pick, they're just going to restart those same conversations. So, I mean, that's how I feel. But
I don't want to
let
see
us
Anthony
know.
go. I like him. He's
I like
my
Anthony a
favorite. He
lot.
might be my favorite dude.
I like Anthony a lot. We get it back tomorrow night, though, guys. This is what I do like. It's a nice balance. Like, you know, we're going to see how it's different from US traders because we're only going to get one a week after that first week. So we'll really see how a week-long thing goes. But I am excited to see where they go and kind of where we end. Usually at the end of each week, even when they were dropping in patches on Peacock, usually left with something pretty juicy at the end. So I'm curious to see where we leave off for the week. This same crew will be back for the US Traitors season 2 premiere. It's episodes 1, 2, and 3. They drop Friday, January 12th. So we will have them out probably late on the 12th. So look out.
Tomorrow.
Make sure you know, but you don't
I
know
think
what
they come out at midnight, actually.
They drop at 3 a.m. Eastern. So, you know, in the morning, I'll try to get up and
I'll probably watch till the morning.
knock
I'm gonna
down.
stay off of Twitter.
Yeah. Oh God.
I
yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
You definitely for UK traders, like we even try to search anything, the spoilers were popping up all over the place. I was like, whoa.
I did follow along a little bit with the live tweeting, and it's just very different than tweeting about American show. They were like so concerned that they called it a catapult compared to something else.
Instead
like,
of a trebuchet or something.
Yeah, that. They're like, no, it's this. It's not. What do you mean? I was like, okay, guys, just let it go.
I don't know. Maybe we should be a trebuchet podcast. We could be Team Trebuchet. You know what? We're Team Trebuchet.
All
Do
right.
you think that if Diane goes, we're gonna get like the Revenge of the Ross?
I think it would be great. I think it would be intriguing. You murdered my mother, and they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about? That was your mom."
I did laugh how he said in front of her that my mother doesn't make a good pot roast.
I
Did you
miss
catch that?
I miss that.
That is
Yeah,
really
they were
funny.
talking about whatever they were eating that night. Like, oh yeah, my mother, she doesn't make a very good roast. And she said, oh, you should come over sometime. I make a great one. And I was like, oh, you guys are fun.
I like Tula.
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay, so Kyle, what's going on? Strat chat.
Strat Chat just has the challenge 39. We're live on Thursdays at 9:30. Yeah, sad for us. Sad for us. We'll
The
eventually do
never-ending
Traders
show.
US. We just don't know when.
The never-ending
Like,
show.
yes, where no one has gone home since Thanksgiving.
Unlike Brian and myself, Kyle respects his Monday nights.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, we lost that battle a long time ago.
I'm tired.
As you can see, though, check out all of the shows that we have going on. We have Love Island All Stars premiering next week. We are super excited about that. Like we said, Traitors US will continue with Traitors UK. Next month, we have Survivor 46. We have Love is Blind season 6. We're going to have a whole bunch of crap that, like, honestly, I can't even list all out. But if you have the notification bell set, follow us on socials. We'll let you know what we have coming up. I'll tweet out some schedule stuff over the next few weeks so people know what we have covering. But for myself, Brian, Kyle, everyone here at the Reality Guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace.